Cha. From Secaucus, New Jersey, it's everybody's favorite game show. Oh! And here's your host. He's a good guy.
We're having a conversation, which of course is the conceit of in a few minutes. Somebody's flipping around and they catch this conversation like halfway through it. And yet I should be a tiny bit more professional than that, especially when I'm talking to a podcast professional like Rob Walch. Rob, where do you want to send people if they want to know more about everything you're doing? If they want to keep up with you, if they want to keep up with your day-to-day, what's the best way for them to do that?
They can check me out on Twitter, I guess, at podcast411, or they can go to todayinios.com, or if you want to know about podcasting, you can follow me at thefeed.libsyn.com.
Let me ask you one other question really quickly. You said the podcast 411 is on hiatus. I assume that's like a long hiatus at this point. Is any part of you thinking of bringing it back now that Apple's making all their changes? I'm
always thinking of bringing it back. I just need more time in the day.
Yeah.
I love that show. I had so much fun interviewing some great people, and there's so many people that I want to interview that I haven't gotten a chance to interview yet. So it's like I really do need to bring it back, and I will eventually.
Cool.
Right now, I just put up some blog posts from time to time on the site.
It is Friday. Friday, of course, is the day that we, when we're not doing a special week of shows, then Friday is the day that we spin the wheel of stuff. What I did was I went to the App Store. I found a decision maker app. I believe it's called Daily Decision Wheel. It cost me something like $4.99. I feel like this is an ad every time I do it, even though I get nothing from them except this amazing app, and of course, all the content that the app has helped me generate. Are you ready, sir? Are you ready to spin the wheel of stuff?
I am ready. Let's spin the sucker.
Why don't we do that? I've changed my setup, by the way. So if anything sounds weird or different, I blame that. It's kind of funny, actually, because we were just talking about the Daily Decision Wheel. That was actually born, or this topic was actually born of Daily Decision Wheel. The topic is, I love this app. It can be a game, because I know a lot of people think, well, apps are apps and games are games, and area the twain shall meet. It can be a productivity app. Maybe it's something new. Maybe it's something you've used forever. If I say, hey, what's an app you love? You say...
Evercast.
Evercast.
Or Evernote, sorry.
Okay, well, never mind then. Evernote? God, I used to use Evernote, but I haven't used Evernote in forever. Remind people who don't know.
I use Evernote to do all my show notes for all my shows. So it's great. I sync it back and forth between the computer and my iPhone, and I have something that I want to talk about on an upcoming episode. I just go in Evernote and I type it up and wherever I am, and then it's ready to go when I am.
Okay. Now, remind me, there's a way to access that. Is it only an app, or there's a way to access it online? Or
you can access it on a website, too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So Evernote.
Evernote, sorry, yes.
Remind me, does it cost anything?
It doesn't have to, but it can.
Okay.
They have premium. If you want to sync between 2 devices, you're good. If you want to sync between 3, then it's going to cost you.
Okay. It has been so long since I've used that. Because you know what it became? What was the other one that was like the thing where you could just send yourself a link and it would save it for you? Not Paperly. Was it Paperly? It wasn't Paperly. It was one of the things that Marco did, I think.
Oh, Instapaper.
Instapaper, yeah.
Yep.
So Evernote was a thing where I would like send stuff that I was going to read eventually and then never did. And then my Kindle became a thing that I would send stuff that I was going to read eventually and never did. I feel certain that there is still an Instapaper account, if Instapaper still exists, full of stuff that I was going to read and never did. And now I call that Apple News.
Well, the best thing too about that, having all your show notes that you've ever done in one place, it's really easy to search through for your notes. When did I talk about that? Oh, okay, I talked about that on this date.
Oh, you see, well, I just pages for that for me. Ready to spin again, sir?
Yes.
Sorry, by the way, I accidentally spun it while you were talking. That's not going to affect the outcome here, though. Tell us a toy story. I don't know if you've heard this on other shows before, and it's really weird that this is coming up as much as it is. But basically, a toy that you had that you lost, a toy that you never had but you always wanted to, a toy that somebody stole, a toy that your cousin broke because your cousin is a jerk. That was the story I told here a while ago.
I would say I had original G.I. Joes that my uncle had given to me.
With the hair that came off in the bath.
No, it was pre-hair. The hair was actually painted. The first generation of the G.I. Joes had the hair painted.
Oh, wow.
So my uncle had given me his. He was, not that he was, his age was in between mine and my mother's. Mm-hmm. So I had gotten these, and these were, great condition and everything. And then I got to an age where I discovered a nail gun. And G.I. Joe got a few nail guns to the chest.
Yeah.
And in hindsight, that was a really expensive decision.
Yeah. I have a Han Solo action figure that is the first Han Solo action figure, which, if it were in any kind of condition, would be really valuable. And I will tell you, I think there is still a little bit of the magic marker for the mustache for the diorama that I did in the 3rd grade using that Han Solo action figure. What's amazing to me, though, is he still has his head, because we also strapped bottle rockets to him and tried to get him to fly. The fact that he even exists anymore. Yeah.
There's fireworks and toys. Yeah, there's an age you get to, right, when you become the kid next door in Toy Story.
No, it wasn't being mean. I mean, we wanted to make Han Solo fly, man. We weren't trying to blow him up. Quite the contrary. In fact, I was worried that it was going to explode him, but the idea of seeing him fly was actually enough to make it okay. He neither flew, by the way, nor was he blown to bits. So there we go. You ready to spin one last time, sir?
Yes, I am.
This is it. This is the one. There may be a bonus one, though. Yeah, there's going to be a bonus one. Are you okay doing a bonus one? Can you do one extra?
I am absolutely good with that.
Who's your favorite comedian? And be prepared to defend your decision.
Stephen Wright.
Oh, nice. Well, go ahead and defend your position if you would.
I just loved his exuberance. Yeah. The way he could just keep it deadpan no matter what. It was just, I loved that. Just the way he could tell a joke and just not crack a smile, nothing. And the jokes he had were great. So matter of fact, I've got an album right here, right next to me. If I could take a picture, I've got a Stephen Wright album sitting right here, literally right here, vinyl, and it's Stephen Wright, I Have a Pony.
That's pretty cool.
Which right below it is Steve Martin, A Wild and Crazy Guy, and then below that is Return of the Jedi soundtrack. So those are the 3 vinyl albums I have sitting here next to my desk.
All right, that's pretty cool. I'll tell you really quickly, one night, because I used to live in the Boston area a million years ago. So one night, a friend of mine said, there's open mic down at Catch a Rising Star in Harvard Square. And I'm going to go up. I thought, great, I'll go see my friend do this, right? Because I knew him, I liked him, I'd never seen him do comedy before. And it turns out he had never done it before. So you think it's going to be bad, but wait. It turns out he literally, truly, honestly thought that funny people just went up on stage and were funny. So he had, in fact, written no material. Now, I got to say, as somebody who has tried stand-up twice, like literally 2 times, I wrote material. I still remember a lot of the material. I was scared to death, and I knew what I was going to say going up there, right? The fact that he went up on stage with no idea what he was going to say, on the one hand, I think that is the craziest thing I've ever heard. But man, the chutzpah.
So how did it go? I gotta ask now. How did it go for you when you got on stage?
Oh, when I got on stage, I don't remember. I remember a couple of people laughing a couple of times, and I remember somebody saying, "Yeah, you need to get more comfortable." And that was about it. I mean, the thing is, it was a club that I used to go to in Boston, not Catch a Rising Star, another place I used to go in Boston. That actually had some really decent people there, better people than me. One of them is actually Eugene Merman from Bob's Burgers. He was one of the regulars at that club every Friday and Saturday night. He was very nice to me, but mostly I don't remember anything that happened until it was over. I would say it went poorly, would be the answer to your question. Here's the thing, though. The reason I told you that story the reward for watching my friend go up there and fall on his face, both Barry Crimmins and Stephen Wright were there working on new material that night as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Luckily, they came after my friend, because that would have been 1,000 times worse for him. Right. So here's your bonus question. And I only asked this question, and I know I shouldn't because the wheel spoke, but I came up with this idea earlier today. And so there's a new topic on the wheel. Who plays you in the movie?
People tell me Stanley Tucci.
Oh my God. Because I was going to say, normally I say that there's no wrong answer, but if you had said anything but Stanley Tucci, I would have said, I'm sorry, that's the wrong answer.
That's what people tell me. And when I was younger, though, they used to tell me it was the actor that played Belky from Perfect Strangers.
Bronson Pinchot.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, no, Stanley Tucci is 1,000 times better. You want that.
Yeah, yes, I would take that. I don't argue with people when they say that. I'm like, thank you.